looking forward to it all week. The Sun Devils have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Leaves it with the running back. Turning it on. The 40. At the 20. Touchdown Seminoles. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He gets a block. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Sun Devils in the hurry up.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He wants to change this route. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
They punted away on 4th down. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Potts. Got it in the middle, it's Adkins. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down, it's 2nd and 7. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Working the middle, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 3rd. Grab near the sticks, it's Sims. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Past it, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils! When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He uncorks one deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
He's now got 78 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. To the air, it's Potts. Fires to the right. Got the big tight end on the corner route. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Wants to go up top. Trying to set up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. Right on the money. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking downfield, it's Potts. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he releases it. The ball just trickles to the ground.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bitonio. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. What a cut. Now he's loose. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Wants to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. Getting set for the point after. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking to throw, it's Potts. Catch in the middle, it's Atkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quick completion on the out. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those cornerbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick 6. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him.
Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And Jesse, you have a slot receiver like this. He can create matchup nightmares for a defense.
No doubt about it, Reese. And him and this quarterback, they really are on the same page. He's so deliberate with his route running. The quarterback knows exactly where he's going to be and when he's going to be there. And that's
quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Lofts one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Looking to buy time. The throw. Intercepted to stop the threat.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it. There he goes. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. He's now up to 95 yards rushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Quick release on the RPO. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive...
Intercepted! Oh, what a play! He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Takes it the other way. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Now on first down from the 40. Oh, they're after him. Catch in the middle. It's Bitonio.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver on the middle of the field.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
And the Sun Devils come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Sims. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw. It's Potts. Caught over the middle. It's Kennedy. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Potts. Puts it out of the air. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. This will likely be the last play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Offense in a bunch formation. He might want another play. He'll set up to throw. Pulls it in. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab, jumped on top of the pile.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Snagged in the middle. It's Batonio. This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. looking to fire. Completes it in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Calls his own number. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Arizona State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Miami is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. Man, the U is staring at a big fat L right now. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Looking for a gap. It's Kennedy. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time, but you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He leaves it with the back. Fighting off the defender. He gets it all the way up to the 42-yard line, and that's why you have confidence to keep it on the ground in that situation. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the run. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. They're testing the right side here. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to pass. It's Potts. Zings it complete to the right. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Got it in the middle. It's Adkins. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
They'll send the back in motion. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hurley. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He'll toss it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
The Noles really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Going for 6. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Unleashes to the end zone. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Gonna sling it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They go back to work in the final period of this one. The give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Under fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Here we go, here we go. And back to the air on 2nd down. Wide open downfield.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Finds his back in the middle. Fights off a defender. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative.
Touchdown, Sun Devils! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Fires to the right, and the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
They'll run the option. Now the toss. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job at play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
And the Sun Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Here we go, set. On the option. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Potts. Throws for the tight end. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again on that last...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Starting to feel a little pressure. He threw it away on 4th down, just sort of gave up on the play, and they'll have to turn it over.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Pocket breaking down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And this offense, unfortunately, finishing like they've played all game long, struggling to put points on the board. Another turnover here late in the football game, and I think people are starting to go ahead and exit the aisles and take on off out of here. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He leaves it with his back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Even with this lead, they'll throw again. Throws toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender.